We're back. Bare Bones Broadcasting. Norwest like Spalding. I know why I get this way. I start out with a soft voice and kind of end up, I'll tell you how. Here's what it is. My dad was born in 1890, the son of a Jewish monarch. And I had autism, born with autism, which a Jewish monarch would consider a feather in the cap of a monarch, is to be born with autism and put you in the right mindset to do the job. Well, you're a monarch over hypocrites. You have to have autism to do that. Well, with autism, though, you're kind of a slow learner. Yeah. Even though you have a lot of understanding, to get the dexterity of things is kind of a trick. Okay, so when I was a child, my father would handle things that way. Excuse me. You come into the room talking quietly, by the time you get down the belts off and you're really wailing them. And things are quite loud and explosive. That's the way they disciplined in those days. So, it's kind of what you're getting now. And this is the way I was raised. And I do the best I can to kind of keep it this way. My father was all this way. Wah! Now, I just remember an experience. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. They're talking about, you don't focus. This is a focus on an example, the focused example of what I'm talking about. The experience. What I'm talking about. How I developed this way. We're talking about when you're a child, an infant now, crapping in your diaper. Now, I'm a curious kid. And I check things out. I'm an infant now. I don't know how old. And I think I might have tasted it once. What? I think it did. I'm not sure. I did something to make the old man mad. And I know this much. Took my diaper and rubbed it in my face. Crap all over my face. Now that'll learn you. Arr. Kind of like Popeye's dad, you know. Well, I knew how to take care of that. Of course, it was shocking to me. I never had that in mind, and I was just curious, and there's no point in being a damn fool. Was there? What a way to handle that. If your kid does that, please don't be brutal. It doesn't indicate the child anything but autistic and possibly curious. Dumbass. Nevertheless, my dad had a way of dealing with that. And that's how he thought that. Well, I had a way of dealing with it too. I just said, here I come to save the day, and I ate it, started eating it. Oh, the old man flipped. Well, I hopped out of the crib and started doing my dance. I'm a very song and dance man. I've come to save the day, I'll eat the shit, which somehow intelligence tilted. I knew the word shit was an acronym meaning somehow intelligence tilted. And I was really calling my dad somehow intelligence tilted and just used the word shit. And I said, oh, I'll eat the shit of the day, and you are the shit, or something like that. Well, the old man, off came the bell, of course. Ha! And round we went around that room, and I've come to save the day, because I knew I was the king of the Jews and monarch then, and they didn't want to admit it. Or if they did, they didn't know how to handle it, that's for sure. So you could see, we went round and round, and I did win. I got out of there. I usually could hide under the stairs and they couldn't find me. And then they'd just wear off. It was over. He'd hold a grudge for a while, or usually wouldn't belt me with the belt. That was kind of a knee-jerk reaction. Wham! It must have been the way he was treated when he was a kid. I'm not sure. He was born in 1890. You know how they raised children in those days. Spoil the whip, and the child ain't worth a damn. You gotta give him the whip. Oh, could you whip I never could whip my kid. I couldn't, with my hand, I could never take my fist, unless they were trying to kill me. To punish my child, I would never use my fist. I could never use that kind of method to instruct my child. Like maybe if they were trying to kill me and I thought, well, I'm not ready to die this way anyway, you at least could give me a thing you would do your dog. Give me a needle or something, you idiot. You're not going to do me this way. So I might stop that just because of the method they're going to have me die. Only, how could you do that? And humans at one time, and still do, use their pain to somehow instruct their child. Now, to me, you don't have a brain to handle a child, and then you don't respect your crotch, and I would mock your mother's crotch for you doing it. What I would do. As a monarch, I'd bring your mom's crotch out and rub your nose in that, rather than the poop out of your rear end, which I got. You know. Of course, my dad, that didn't work with my dad. He knew that wasn't going to be the reason that I did not do that. I can understand an explanation even as an infant. All they had to do is talk to me, and I would have understood. You didn't have to do that. That's stupid. I was listening to them when my mom's womb. I was listening. I remember listening in my mother's womb through the wall. And she kept hearing me listening and telling me, don't listen, don't listen. Cracking the wall of her tummy. That's when my ears, see how they're kind of deformed? Cauliflower, they kept cracking them. Telling me don't listen. They're doing it today. They don't want you to listen. You have stuff on this computer, you're not allowed to listen. What? Yeah, freedom of speech and all this, speech, we'll defend speech. And you're not allowed to listen? You edit it. You're allowed to say it. You're not allowed to hear it. We don't want anybody else hearing it. We edit it out. You can say it. You can't say it at work, though. You'll get fired, but good. When you say it to your mom, just with a question, she'll crack you. Just a bunch of bunk.